I'd like to speak to you tonight about a concern I have. It appears this administration has no concerns for the taxpayers of the community. This was clearly identified by the wrongful termination of Officer DeFina, the transport vehicle, the legal line expenditures over the years, the illegal retainer, hoarding of tires, vehicles, and the command staff raises. It is still prevalent today with the continued discrimination of Officer Jason DeFina. Officer DeFina was removed from the SRO position in which he excelled at. I'm 100% positive teachers, parents, and students will attest to this. He was then stripped of his FTO status, a status that he held to high regards and was extremely proud of. He then was wrongfully terminated. After seeing all the public grievances and testimonies, it is very easy to form an opinion. As a very informed citizen and taxpayer, I'm very concerned about the potential cost to our town for the lack of justice in bringing Officer DeFina back to his full status. The continued discrimination that he endures will not win any points back with the courts and will only prove to be more costly to our town. I'm asking that you find a way to reinstate Officer DeFina to the SRO position and return his FTO status. After what we all witnessed at the public grievances, it only makes sense. By not doing so, it is, in my opinion, is going to be a costly mistake. I'm aware this commission doesn't have the authority in this decision, but by placing the chief on leave, I believe the right decisions will be made for the benefit of all. We all know where we're headed. I think we should be smart in our decision making by thinking more on the lines of minimizing the damage that has occurred and continues to occur to Officer DeFina. I believe this should be the priority and everything else will fall into place. This department's continued mismanagement has to stop. It doesn't make much sense to take our most experienced sergeant off the road and place him in the schools, especially when this department only has 3 sergeants and is utilizing patrol officers as OICs. Just look at what recently happened with the motorcycle accident fatality. This proves the point that we need sergeants on the road, not in the schools. Using OICs could create potential litigation down the road for our town. How do we explain to the parents that the department didn't have a sergeant on the road at the time when their son was killed, and then explain that things were mishandled, whereby making no possible charges against the alleged drunk driver? How do we explain this? It's time to place Officer DeFina back in the schools. He has the training, experience, and has proven himself. Sergeant Blanchette should be back out on the streets where he's needed.